Let's talk about World of Darkness for a moment. World of Darkness is a very popular setting, role playing game setting. It has been around for a long time, since the early 90s, starting with Vampire the Masquerade and going into Werewolf, Changeling, Wraith, Mage, and so on. Towards the end of its initial sort of run of about a decade, they did an end times meta narrative where the entire world basically ends, and then started up a new setting, the new World of Darkness, which ends up being what we call Chronicles of Darkness today. Very well done, put together set of games, though it didn't catch on as well. And I think a large portion of that is people were super attached to the lore of the previous one. So eventually you started seeing the 20th anniversary editions of various games. And then Vampire 5th Edition, which was something of a departure, and had a lot of really well written rules, that some of which were influenced by rules that were in Chronicles of Darkness. But in the process of coming out with that one, it became very clear that there were some things that were written out. Kindred of the East, for instance, which I have to say probably would not have been released as it was written before today, because there's some cultural insensitivity issues and appropriation issues, and yeah, a game like that today would not have made it past the cultural consultants and the sensitivity readers unscathed. Um, and as a result, Vampire 5th Edition doesn't really have any mention of anything that happens in the lore that was due to the presence of the Kindred of the East. It just doesn't show up at all. And it's not the only thing they changed. They changed the gargoyles to being basically modified ghouls. They have a bunch of other little minor things here and there where it's clear that they wrote something out of the lore or they changed it. And a lot of things just didn't survive the transition, like Kindred of the East or Demon the Fallen or something like that. It would be interesting to see what their thinking was in what would stay and what would go. I think Kindred of the East, it becomes a little easier to understand. Some of the other things, maybe not so much.